All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about adversity, resistance, all the things that we face as we're trying to get to where we're trying to go in life, in business, in every aspect of life. You know, it is not supposed to be easy. And I've been reminded by this through a couple of conversations this week that I've had with people where we all need the reminder of refocusing ourselves to thinking about the fact that, the bigger things that we're trying to do, the more resistance we're going to face in doing them. And so when we understand that and when we expect that, the results start to happen a little bit faster because we lean into that adversity instead of pulling back from it. That's what we're going to unpack this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you guys are having an awesome morning so far. This is a topic that it's a good reminder for me as much as it is anybody else that might be watching this or listening to it, is that, it's not supposed to be easy. And so as we start to think about, what it is that we want to do in our lives and, kind of what we want to accomplish, what we want our family to be, kind of creating that vision for where we're going. One of the things that I think we often forget is that it is not supposed to be easy. It is not going to be a smooth ride to get there. And I've had a few conversations here over the last couple of days of people that are close to me, in our coaching group and friends of mine that have been going through challenging times in business and life. There's a lot of stress in the world right now. There's a lot of things going on, and it has led those people to, some level of anxiety or discomfort or, feeling that adversity, feeling the resistance of, life hitting them. Right. And it has been a great reminder to me that every time I have faced that type of situation in my life where there's been a massive amount of resistance, when I am able to remind myself that I should get really excited when there's a significant amount of resistance because there's about to be a breakthrough to the other side. That is one of the secrets to life. Get excited when you face extreme adversity, when you feel that resistance, when you feel things pushing back against you, because ultimately what's happening on the other side of that, if you can stay diligent and you can push through it and you can stay focused on the long-term vision of where you're going, you will absolutely break through, and you will look back at that time in your life as one of the greatest gifts. There are several that come to my mind when I say that out loud. Times in my life where I thought that, everything was going sideways, right? Everything was, seemed like, man, there was so many things against me or against us. And then I broke through. And then, there's another level to that, right? And then you get the opportunity to face that adversity again, or to break through another level of what it takes to be able to get to the next destination on your journey. And so I just wanted to remind everybody this morning of that. It's not meant to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. And anything that's easy isn't worth it. And anything that's worth it is never easy. And what it takes, though, how you overcome that, because it's easy to say, that, well, it looks like it's a little choppy this morning. Hopefully that fixes itself. But it's easy to say that you want something. It's a lot more difficult to stay true to that commitment when things get really tough. And so I want to remind you guys of that. Whatever it is that you have in your life, if it is redesigning your family structure, if it is going from, this level to this level in business to the next level in business. It's meant to be difficult. It's meant to test us. And I want you guys to think about this and never forget it. When you're going through those moments of adversity, I want you to get excited because of this simple fact that the more extreme the adversity is, the less people in general in life will actually make it through that. And so as I've leaned into adversity and a significant amount of it over the past, let's just focus since I became an entrepreneur 4 years and change ago. As I've leaned into that adversity, I've started to realize this fact that, as we work through that, as a team, as a company, as a group of people that I get to interact with, as we are able to work through that adversity and grow and learn from the challenges that we face, we get better and the competition gets slimmer. And I want you to remember that as you are forcing your way through this adversity and staying true to what it is that you set out to do in the first place, what happens is that the crowd thins. There's not as many people that can withstand that resistance as you think. Most people quit. That's just a fact, guys. Most people quit when it gets hard. It's just the fact of life. And so when you don't, when your dreams and your goals are bigger than the adversity that you face on a daily basis, you will realize how rewarding that can be. You will realize that there's levels to this stuff. And what is difficult today will not be difficult tomorrow. What is difficult this year will be really easy next year. The problems that you talk about and complain about today, you will look back and say, wow, that was easy. That was a lot easier than it seemed at the time. I know this because I live it. I have lived it, and I continue to live it on a regular basis. The things that I used to think were difficult, the numbers that I used to think were gigantic, seem pretty normal today. And I can tell you that the pressure, the adversity, that it's all relative to where you're going. How big your dreams are will determine how big and how tough the resistance is that stands against you. And for me, when I think about how difficult it has been at times over, again, let's just reference the last 4 years, how difficult and how challenging it has been at times. It has been faith that has kept me stable through a lot of those scenarios. The faith that I know that most of what goes through my mind, the worst case scenarios, all the things that we all think about when we go through adversity, that those are just the enemy trying to knock us off course. And when you realize that, and when you realize what a gift it is on the other side, when you work through that, when you stay focused and you can show not just yourself, but those people around you, how to actively work through any level of adversity that might face you, there's a calm on the other side of that is the most rewarding feeling you'll ever have in your life. And it is important for us to remind ourselves, the title of this show this morning, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be a smooth ride. In fact, when I look back at the last 4 years and all that we have accomplished as a company, all that I have to be proud of all the people that I get to interact with and who have built this company together, the most amazing times that I think about are some of the toughest times that we've gone through, because it's brought us closer. It's made us better. It's made the path that we're on clearer. It's made the mission that we have to solve problems for our clients much clearer to understand. And so I want you guys to remember that. I want you to lean into these hard times. And by the way, there's a lot of people right now in the world that are going through hard times. We talked about this yesterday on the Top Contractor School call. Higher gas prices, inflation, all the things that we hear on the news and we listen to on a daily basis. I want to remind you of something. It's the same for everybody. So don't get caught up in those things that seem challenging in the moment. Everybody's playing the same game. So the score at the end of this is relative to your talent. And there's nothing about inflation. There's nothing about rising gas prices that can take away your talent. So during a time like this, your commitment to the long term, your commitment to yourself, your commitment to your own personal vision, and not getting caught up in the details of a little bit of adversity is the key that's going to allow you to grow and pass people like they're sitting still during times like this. I promise you. It's your focus, it's your determination, it's your level of talent, your commitment to continuing to pour into yourself, to grow, to understand what advantages these times, when things get tough, when things get tight, what are the advantages that you might have if you're the best of the best at what you do? There's so much to learn, but you got to lean into it, and you got to understand that the playing field is always level, guys. It's you that's the difference. It's how you show up. It's how you deal with adversity. It's how you are able to process through these difficult times and block out the fact if gas is $6 a gallon, $5 a gallon, $7 a gallon, you know what makes a difference? You know what makes gas cheaper? Your ability to learn and grow and earn more. Gas is the same for everybody. So what's the determining factor? It's you. It's not supposed to be easy, guys. These tests are there for a reason. It's to reveal you to yourself. It's said that entrepreneurship, which in some way, shape, or form, all of us have that entrepreneurial version within our own lives, whether you own a business or not. Entrepreneurship is the greatest self-discovery process in the world. I would argue that life is the same. If you choose to look at it, if you choose to face the challenges that present themselves in your life, inflation, rising gas prices, whatever it is, the challenges that you have in business, the things that come into your work environment as a result of the conditions that exist in the world, how we choose to look at those things, how we lean into them, and how we recognize the fact that these are all things that are meant to reveal us to ourselves. What is the test, and how do we pass it? We pass the test, guys, by leaning into the adversity and understanding what it is that we actually have control over. And we have control over a whole lot. Now, you can tell yourself that you don't. And lots of people in your life will probably believe you, because lots of people in this world just want you to feel better. They just want you to feel comfortable. They don't want you to be upset. They don't want you to be stressed out. They don't want you. Guys, that's part of life. Adversity is part of life. It's not supposed to be easy. If you want to do something great with your life, I promise you it will not be easy to do it. And the bigger your dreams are, the more resistance you will face. For every action, there's a reaction. For every action that you take, every goal that you have, every dream that you set out to achieve, there will be bigger obstacles, smaller obstacles, or a longer list of obstacles that you will have to face as you do it. And those are all relative to how big the dream is. So I tell you this morning to remind you that it's all part of life. And no matter what you're going through this morning, no matter how tough it may feel to get out of bed this morning, to show up as your best today, the world's depending on you. Your family's depending on you. The people that work around you are depending on you. Your friends are depending on you. And there's countless people that are depending on you to show up as your best today, regardless of the circumstances. Life happens. Life will always happen to you. How you choose to respond to life circumstances is how you will be remembered. That is your legacy. And so for me, I remind myself regularly this show this morning is a great reminder. It's not supposed to be easy. And my goal in life is to always be the steady hand for others and to remind them you have greatness planted in you by God. God created you to do something amazing with your life, to help people, to make an impact. And it will not be easy, guys, but it will always be worth it. That's it for this morning, guys. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please share it out to your pages. If you're listening on the podcast or you're listening somewhere else, tag somebody, send this episode to somebody. The show continues to grow, man. It's amazing to watch the downloads. We got downloads all around the world in other countries, people watching all around the world. It's really humbling and amazing to watch, people become attracted to the show. And our goal is simple. My goal here, showing up every morning, is to just help you guys that listen or watch start your day on a more positive note with some positive perspective, some real life lessons that all of us need, including myself. This show has helped me tremendously be better in every aspect of my life by reminding myself on a daily basis what's important and what makes a difference. So go out and make a difference today, guys. Make an impact on somebody. Most importantly, make an impact on yourself. Make great decisions today and do great things. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. I love you guys. Thank you for being here.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.